Yo, check it. This is Dragon Ball Z Sessions, and class is in session right now, so cue the intro. So look, after the great king Akira Toriyama died, I bought Dragon Ball Z Kakarot to stream it online. And while playing, I'm coming up with lots of questions, topics, and theories that I need some answers to. And I'ma get them. The topic for today's video is...
who would make the best next god of destruction? So if you all know, the god of destruction destroys stuff, obviously. Beerus is the purple cat based off the Cornish Rex cat. His role is to destroy planets and make sure that no universal threats arise. Although the Beerus we know to grow and love kind of just destroys stuff from time to time on a whim. He is not completely unhinged though. He does do his job from time to time. For instance, when they witnessed Zamasu in the current timeline attempt to kill his mentor, they rewinded time by 5 minutes, stopped Zamasu before he could kill his mentor, and then Beerus erased Zamasu with the Hakai. Epic moment, by the way. He also is a little bit lenient when it comes to our heroes. When Future Trunks came back to ask for help during the Goku Black arc, when Beerus and Whis found out about Future Trunks' time travel, they frowned upon it heavily. However, they just continued to let Trunks leap through time, and they even let Vegeta and Goku go with him. Beerus can use Ultra Ego, which is the state or form which is known to be tied with the God Destruction title. Since it has that purple aura, and the Hakai has the purple aura, and Beerus is purple himself. So it makes sense. I asked this question on Reddit, and there's about 4 good candidates that can make the next best god of destruction. Number 1, Goku. Goku has trained with Whis and is amongst the strongest fighters. Jiren was actually stated to be stronger than some gods of destruction. Goku was actually stronger than Jiren when using Mastered Ultra Instinct. So you can make the argument that Goku is actually stronger than some gods of destruction as well. However, we all know Goku would turn down the job. Even if he did get the job, he probably wouldn't take it seriously. Goku would probably be more interested in eating and training rather than do any responsibilities. So I kinda lied, there's only 3 good gods of destruction candidates. I can't make a list without Goku in it, sue me. Alright, the real number 1, Vegeta. Vegeta is an obvious choice, he learned Ultra Ego. And he learned it from Beerus, purple hair, purple aura, everything. Vegeta was a bad guy who turned good, then back to bad, then back to good, then back to bad, kinda in GT. But we won't talk about that. But Vegeta has a destructive nature. He can destroy people and planets without a second thought if he wanted to. So let's go into Ultra Ego. Spoilers for those who haven't read the manga. So Vegeta has it and it's a highly advanced technique or a battle transformation. It is the contrast to Ultra Instinct. Kinda like yin and yang. Ultra Instinct focuses on evasions and instinctual mastery. Ultra Ego is fueled by emotions and passion and allows unrestricted movements. It actually makes him more bloodthirsty and ferocious. Kinda like the original Super Saiyan was supposed to make him. It allows Vegeta to take in more damage and output more damage as well. So since he has this purple ability, it makes him a really good candidate for the next god of destruction. However, Whis actually offered to train Vegeta in exchange that he becomes the next god of destruction. And Vegeta actually offered the Earth's finest cuisines in exchange for training instead, which Whis obviously took. So he essentially turned down the offer. Also, people on Reddit made some really good points. Vegeta has a family now. He's very family driven. He probably wouldn't want to throw them away just to be the next god of destruction. Number 2 on my list is Frieza. Frieza, in my opinion, was the top choice. Bro was a menace to galaxy, conquering, killing, and destroying planets for his own selfish gain. Without Ultra Ego, even in his base form, he had the power to destroy planets with one finger. This was showed in the Bardock movie special when he destroyed planet Vegeta. But the thing that makes me think he could be the next god of destruction was the fact that he can control Hakai energy. When Goku was recruiting people for the Tournament of Power, Frieza was his last choice. During the recruitment process, another universe was actually sent to destroy Frieza. They gifted one of the soldiers some Hakai energy, they threw it at Frieza, and Frieza actually gets hit by it, and it looked like he was about to get erased. However, he was faking all the pain he was feeling. He controlled the Hakai around him by shrinking it and then eventually wielding it in one hand, which he used on Goku next. So due to the fact that he can control Hakai energy without being trained to do so, I think he would make a great candidate to be the next God of Destruction. However, Frieza is actually more selfishly driven than Beerus. He would not make a good God of Destruction because he'd be more focused on his revenge for Goku. Even if we take Goku out of the picture, he would be more driven to use his title to conquer and reign with an iron fist than to fulfill his duty to make sure there's no universal threats. In fact, he would be the universal threat if he was to gain the title of God of Destruction, Hakai Energy, and Ultra Ego. I want to take this time to shout out my podcast, The Great Nimbus Debates. It is a Dragon Ball Z focused, debates focused podcast where we go over the vague things in Dragon Ball, like in the topic of this video, and we debate what the real answer is. It is held every other weekend in the evenings or afternoon times. I will post ahead of time the time and day we set on Twitter X and YouTube, so be sure to check those. If you want to be a part of the podcast, it is a requirement that you be 18 plus and join the Discord in the description below. If you are under 18, you can still join the Discord and post debate ideas for us to discuss during the podcast. Now, back to the video. So the best candidate is? The best candidate is actually Piccolo. I bet you guys weren't expecting this answer, huh? Honestly, I didn't even expect it. This answer was the top comment on Reddit, and everyone was glazing this answer, and I see why. His reasoning was top notch. I bet you guys listening now can probably think of a couple reasons why he would make a great candidate. Probably agree too. This man's duties to his responsibilities are top notch. This man threw away his hatred for Goku to fight alongside him against a bigger threat in Raditz. Although it was so he could be the biggest, baddest terrorizer of Earth, it shows he's not a complete fiend. Also, he kinda sorta took care of Gohan for a year after Goku died to train him for future oncoming threats in Vegeta and Nappa. The big reason for me is when 17 and 18 arrived, Piccolo threw away his hatred for Kami, and Kami did the same. The two of them decided to put their differences aside to fuse back together so that the Earth can have another strong fighter against the androids. He knew that this would probably take his plans away for world domination, fusing his mentality back with Kami, or his good side. To me, that's the ultimate sense of selflessness and responsibility. Also, let's not forget the fact that he has Kami now. Kami was the ex-guardian of Earth with a strong sense of responsibility. He was in charge of protecting Earth. Even during the Majin Buu arc, before Majin Buu's arrival, the World Martial Arts Tournament to be exact, when Piccolo first saw Supreme Kai, Piccolo froze. Piccolo froze because of Kami's title in comparison to the Supreme Kai's. Supreme Kai was way above Piccolo's title. During the first round in the World Martial Arts Tournament, Piccolo's first fight was against Supreme Kai. Piccolo actually surrendered this fight as soon as the fight began. And keep in mind, Piccolo's strength is around the same strength as Supreme Kai's at this point. Supreme Kai's strength was stated to be stronger than Frieza's. And Piccolo is definitely stronger than Super Saiyan 1 due to the fact that he can go toe-to-toe with Android 17 versus Super Saiyan Vegeta couldn't at the time. It may have looked like Piccolo was scared of Supreme Kai's strength, but in actuality, he was frozen in respect. It was his respect for Supreme Kai that made him freeze with fear and surrender the fight against him. This man has an alarming sense of respect and responsibility. Since he now has Orange Piccolo, he now has the strength to keep up with the best of them. He would be the next best candidate for the God of Destruction of Universe 7. Well, that's my answer. If you guys liked the video, please hit that like and subscribe. I appreciate that a lot. And I do have a Buy Me a Coffee account just in case there's no donate button. Please check those out. And I got a link tree check that out if you want to follow my other platforms. I stream some video games. And my podcasts on weekends on Sundays, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Hope to see you guys in the near future, and I'll catch you next time.
Alright guys, that was Dragon Ball Z Sessions. This is the outro and you've just been schooled. So if you like this kind of content, hit that like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. And peace.